Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you might be joining us from in the world today. My name is Meg Alexander. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I am, as always, honored and excited to get to host another Power to Fly Chat and Learn virtual event. Now, today we're going to be talking about filing forward a tax season AMA with the absolute princess of taxes herself, Miss Priscilla Moore. Now, I'm very excited to reintroduce you to her in just a moment, but before I do that, I want to real quick flash our code of conduct up here on the screen. Looks like a big scary wall of legalese, but what it boils down to is just don't act like a jerk, okay? As long as we come from a place of kindness and respect, it's pretty hard to go wrong from there. If you have further questions on this, you can always DM me in the chat thread, or you can write to our help desk inbox, which is hi at powertofly.com. All right, now I'm really excited to show y'all the kind of housekeeping today. This will give you a lay of the land, let you know what to expect. Participation is always something we encourage at Power to Fly. So if you would like to, please feel free to turn your cameras on, share your smiling, maskless faces with us safely. But there's no need to be Instagram perfect, y'all. I'm on like day 4, I think, of the dry shampoo messy bun combo. So whether you are coming to us from a corner office or your living room couch, it makes no difference to us. We don't want to stand on ceremony. We just want to meet you where you are so we can all learn together. Now, we are recording today's session as well as live streaming to YouTube. Hey, YouTube. So if you are, if you want to know what that means for you today, it means you don't have to take notes. You can sit back, relax, enjoy the conversation that I'm about to have with Priscilla, and not worry if you miss a resource that was listed or a link that was shared. So what's going to happen is in about 4 to 5 business days, everybody that registered is going to get an email from Power to Fly. It's going to contain a link to where you can rewatch this recording when it goes live on powertofly.com. Now, if you hear something today from Priscilla that is just mind-blowing, paradigm shifting, and you can't wait 4 to 5 business days to tell somebody, you don't have to. You can head to our YouTube channel. We'll be posting links for all this as we go, but you can head to our YouTube channel. The video for today's event will usually be posted by the end of business today. And from there, you can also take a look at some of our greatest hits. Some of our favorite chats are stored there. Obviously, the website is where all of our resources live. That is where the true mother lode lies. It's completely free, all for y'all. But definitely check out the website as well as the YouTube channel. Now, the other thing I want to encourage y'all to do is if you don't want to participate with your camera, totally fine. You can always participate in the chat. So if you would like to, please feel free to dive over there. Let us know where you're joining us from. I'm coming to you from Toledo, Ohio. This is the land that belonged to the Fox, Kickapoo, and Potawatomi tribes in my area. So please feel free to let us know where you're joining us from, and if you know, whose land you're on. Now, real quick, just about Power to Fly, in case you've never heard of us. We are a women-led company. We're backed by Morgan Stanley with over 200 million plus professionals in our network. Our mission is to help organizations to attract top talent and retain engaged employees with solutions that simplify recruitment, enhance employee satisfaction, and drive long-term business success. Now, on to the main event here. I'm very excited to introduce you to Priscilla Moore. Now, Priscilla is a bilingual public affairs specialist with tax outreach, partnership, and education. She specializes in partnering with national organizations that can benefit from tax information, especially for Spanish-speaking communities and outside of the traditional tax communities. Now, Priscilla has been with the IRS, or Internal Revenue Service, since 2007. She began her career there as a data transcriber representative, and soon after, she joined the audit department as an examiner, in which she learned a wide range of the department's laws, principles, and procedures in depth. Priscilla was later able to assist constituents by becoming a case advocate with Taxpayer Advocate Service. As a senior advocate and analyst, she assisted the taxpayers in technical and procedural tax cases, covering issues encountered in the TAS office while concentrating on those with the most complicating or specialized factors. Now, Priscilla has acquired basic knowledge of accounting and knowledge of examination techniques, the interrelationships between federal and state laws, and general and geographic business practices. Priscilla has graced our stage a number of times. She is always a very popular interviewer or interviewee guest. So Priscilla, welcome back to the stage today. I'm so happy to see you again. What else should our audience members know about you?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited, and I'm going to try to make this as fun. No, not really fun because it's taxes, but informational as possible. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys.
All right. All right. So I know you have a presentation prepared for us. So I'll be driving your slides. You let me know when you'd like us to shift. And if y'all have any questions during this time, please feel free to let us know. You can ask them in the main group chat, or you can always DM me if you have a question that you would like asked, but you want to be kept anonymous. And I do want to say just real quick shout out. We do have Azra joining us from India today, as well as Lauren is coming to us from Boulder, Colorado, home of the Arapaho. So thank you so much for joining us today, y'all. All right, Priscilla, on to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Meg, for that presentation. And I am really excited of being here with you guys and try to teach you guys and kind of share and spread the word on what has changed and what's new this filing season. A lot of different years, it means that different things change. So today we will talk through important updates for the filing season of 2026, and we'll cover new tax law changes, available IRS tools, refundable credits, identity theft protection, and additional resources. So our goal is to ensure that you and your partners are informed, prepared, and confident for this filing season. So let's go to the next slide. Here in the agenda, you'll be able to see, and we'll be able to cover irs.gov as your first stop whenever you have questions, getting ready to file, what that is, refundable credits that are available to you, identity theft protection, payment and refund tools, and additional outreach resources. So we go here to the next slide. We will go ahead and jump into getting IRS help. And that's on the third slide. And then we will move to the next one to try to talk about whether you are a tax pro, individual, small business, or nonprofit. If you're looking for answers to questions, your first stop should be going to irs.gov homepage. Meg, if you could go to the next page, you'll be able to see the next one after that. You'll be able to see here on the screen what it looks like when you jump into irs.gov. As we navigate through today's presentation, we will refer to various helpful resources you can find on irs.gov. And there's an array of resources available. So please take advantage of them as you navigate through the filing season. All right, so let's go to the next slide, Meg. Thank you. So Let Us Help You page on irs.gov has links to information and resources on a wide range of topics. Many IRS pages are translated into 6 different languages. So just click on your preferred language to see the translated information. So the web Let Us Help You has links to the following information. So it will allow you to check your refund status, correct or amend your return, any type of information on penalties or payments that you need to make, any letters from IRS, identity theft, fraud, and scams information, how to file a tax return, get a transcript, business topics, etc. So if you cannot find the answers to your tax questions on irs.gov, we do offer help in 350 languages with the support of professional interpreters. So that's a great option that you can have. And if you need assistance, again, we do have the IRS phone number, your local IRS office, and free tax return help. So on the next page here, you'll be able to see the TAC office. So additionally to the irs.gov and telephone number assistance, you can also get help with the IRS help in person. So the IRS taxpayer assistance centers or TAC office around the country are open year-round by appointment only to provide services as shown on the slide. And you can make an appointment in person assistance, and they are generally open weekdays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. local time. And to make an appointment or to see a nearby TAC office, what they're offering, and if they have extended Saturday hours, you can visit, contact your local office on irs.gov. So when you go to irs.gov on the top, there's going to be a search box, and just enter contact your local office, and they'll give you that information. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the next slide. And now I want to talk to you about Taxpayer Advocate Service. That's the department I used to work for prior to being a public affairs representative. So The TAS office is an independent organization of IRS, and they provide free service to all eligible taxpayers. This is very important because a lot of people do not know that TAS exists. So again, this is a free service that includes individual taxpayers, their authorized representatives, businesses, and exempt organizations. And there's no income limitation for TAS assistance. So in general, you can contact TAS when, let's say, that you're experiencing some hardship, financial difficulty, emergency, and the IRS needs to move much faster than their usual time under normal procedures. And in those cases, time is of essence. So if the IRS doesn't act quickly, for example, to remove a levy or a lien or anything like that, you will experience even more hardship. Then you can definitely contact TAS and they'll be able to help you. Also, let's say that you have many different IRS units and steps are involved and you need a case coordinator. They're also able to step in and they play their role to be able to put you on the front of the line to be able to help you with everything. If you have tried to resolve the case through normal IRS channels, but they're not working, they are able to step in. If there's a unique set of facts or issues, including legal issues, and the IRS approach isn't really being responsive or not being resolved, then they can help as well. Lastly, a system of procedures either isn't operated as intended or hasn't resolved the issue. Let's say it keeps on getting delayed or pushed back. This is a great department that you are able to contact. And they have their webpage on taxpayeradvocate.irs.gov, gov, and they're able to further assist you, and you can find your local office and their phone numbers. Usually the general number is 1-877-777-7777. Pretty easy. So that is the main number for you to reach them. So I would definitely put a pin on this if you need anything expedited. So let's go to the next slide and let's go ahead and jump onto how to get ready to file. So let's get ready to file our return. And remember that planning ahead helps avoid refund delays. So you should gather your W-2s, 1099s, or any other income statements, update banking information, and review your return. And if you need a complete list on what you should gather, what is important information, you should visit, again, irs.gov to get a complete checklist on what is needed. So the Internal Revenue Service does encourage you to check irs.gov to get ready to file your return for tax tips, tools, and resources to help you get ready. So please remember that many IRS sites are available in other languages like I discussed. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Okay, this right here will be very important. So this is the new tax law changes for this year. So there are a few tax law changes I wanted to highlight as you begin to file your return. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025 has significantly effect on federal taxes, credits, and deductions. And it was signed into law on July 4th, 2025. So the following provisions went into effect in 2025 and may impact the return you file during this year. So the first change that we will see is the no tax tips. So that's effective in 2025 through 2028. So employees and self-employed individuals may qualified tips received on occupations listed by the IRS as customarily and regularly receive tips on or before December 31st, 2024, and that are reported on a W-2, a 1099, or other specific statement furnished to you directly by the individual or the form 4137. Another change would be no tax on overtime. This is a great news for a lot of people that work overtime. So that became effective for 2025 only through 2028, those 4 years. So any person, any individual who receives qualified overtime compensation may deduct the pay that exceeds your regular rate of pay, such as half portion or half of a time compensation. And that is required by the Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, and reported on the Form W-2, 1099, or other specified statement furnished by your employer or any individual. Also, no tax on car loan interest. That's another big one. And that's also will only be effective from 2025 through 2028. So that also will be individuals that may deduct interest paid on a loan used to purchase a qualified vehicle. And the provided vehicle is purchased for personal use and meets other eligible criteria. So just to keep you updated, lease payments will not qualify for that. Another change, it's the deduction for seniors, and that is effective for 2025 to 2028 also. And those are individuals above the age of 65 that claim an additional deduction of $6,000. And this new deduction is in addition to the current additional standard deduction for seniors under existing law. So there's also expansion to the HSA eligibility. So that is something that we need to keep in mind as well. And there will be no changes to certain information returns or withholding tables for the tax year 2025 related to the new law. So Form W-2, existing Forms 1099 and Form 941, and other payroll return forms will remain unchanged. So everything you see from previous years, the forms, everything will be exactly the same. Federal income tax withholding tables also will not be updated for these provisions for tax year 2025, and employers and payroll providers should continue using current procedures for reporting withholding. So another big initiative that we do have is that beginning in 2025, a portion of the adoption credit is refundable up to $5,000. And the non-refundable portion of the credit can be carried forward for a maximum of 5 years. However, it cannot result in a refund. So any remaining non-refundable portion after 5 years, it will be forfeited. So that's something to remember. That will be available. And these are the changes that we currently see. If we can go to the next page, please. So now we're going to see the IRS free file. That's really important for people that need assistance with filing. So you can get your federal tax return prepared for free. And this service, the IRS free file program, it's a public-private partnership between the IRS and many leading tax preparations and software companies. And these services are provided free at no cost to qualifying taxpayers in two different ways. The first one would be the guided tax preparation, which they guide you on how to prepare it. It provides free online tax preparation and filing at IRS partner site. And our partners deliver this service again to no cost for qualifying people. And the AGI, which is adjusted gross income, is $84,000 or less for a free federal tax return. The other way of being able to file would be the free file fillable forms. And this is an electronic federal tax forms, that they give you. And it's equivalent to a paper 1040 form. But on this method, you should kind of have a little bit of knowledge on how to file your earned return, and you have to be knowledgeable enough to know what figures to input where and what forms to use. So it provides a free option for people whose income, AGI, is greater than the $84,000. So that's something to keep in mind. And as an added bonus, an IRS free file program partner do offer free state tax preparation. However, be sure to check each company's information carefully because it does vary. All right, so let's go to the next one. And we will be discussing the VITA free tax preparation, which is a different type of filing. So there are thousands of organizations throughout the country that includes no-cost income tax return preparation and electronic filing as part of the services they provide under people and their communities. So the VITA site, which is Volunteer Income Tax Assistance and Tax Counseling for the Elderly, TCE, they are run by volunteer organizations nationwide and administered by IRS through Stakeholder Partnership Education and Communication, the SPEC office. These programs are vital to millions of qualified low to moderate income, enabling them to accurately prepare and file basic returns at no cost with the help of IRS certified volunteers. So our partners across the country stands ready to serve and fellow American taxpayers both in person and virtually during this filing season. So again, this is a great way to be able to get assistance. And as you can see here on the screen, there's a locator tool that you could go to IRS and find that, and the phone number as well listed on the screen. So this is very important for you if this is something that you are wanting to find your nearest office. Next slide, please. And very briefly, I do want to cover how important it is for you to know who's preparing your taxes. You should ensure you choose a preparer with a PTIN. Paid tax return preparers must have a PTIN to be able to prepare or substantially all of your return, and they will be able to represent you. Make sure that you use a reputable tax professional who enters his PTIN on the return, signs the tax return, and provides you a copy of that return because it is required. You can check the preparer's history as well. You can go to the Better Business Bureau and ask about that preparer. You can check the person's credentials. Only attorneys, CPAs, and enrolled agents are able to represent you before the IRS in all matters. So check out the IRS directory for a federal tax return prepared with credentials and select qualifications. So this is very important as well to keep in mind who to file. Go to the next page, please. And we will be discussing the resources here. This is another great resource page that we are looking at. And it's the IRS business page because you can quickly access it from irs.gov, top of the toolbar, or you can go directly to the page by typing the shortened URL shown on the slide that you can see here. I do recommend also saving this page as a bookmark for favorite. The business page is a great resource, and you're able to find information on different types of businesses, the sole proprietorship, partnership, international businesses, corporations, S corporations, LLC, anything you're wanting to find for businesses, small businesses, make sure you go to the businesses page. Next slide, please. And here we will quickly discuss as well the individual online account. And this is to help tax professionals. You can educate your clients, or clients, you can be aware that the IRS individual online account is the IRS has created this e-poster that you are able to see here, publication 5533, that will give you a description of everything that is available. You are able to see how much you owe the IRS because a lot of people don't know if you're current, if you're in compliance. You could check your balance detailed year by year. You can see your payment histories. You're able to make payment plans. You're able to get digital copies of your return as well, or of any letters that IRS has sent you. So many things you're able to get. And I do recommend you go to this publication to be able to know a little bit more information about the individual online account. Next page, please. Next slide. And just how we have an individual account, we do have a business tax account. And on this one, it's for individuals. If you want to view and pay your tax balance, this is the same thing. You just have to go ahead and register. I'm sorry. And whenever you register for the individual, you can automatically have a business account if you want to be able to have access to both, to your business and to your personal account. You're able to view your transition history. You're able to request a tax compliance check. You're able to change the names or an address on file, view the names on file as well. You're able to view and download selected digital notices or transfers for payroll. So it's important. Again, I truly recommend you to be able to get a business and individual account because it will really help you. And this is partnered with ID.me. You probably have heard of that. So it's an online identity authentication company that allows you to provide proof of your legal identity online. So it's really, really protected, and nobody will be able to have access to your information. Next slide, please. And now let's go ahead and jump into the interactive tax assistance tool. And this provides answers to any questions you might have. And this tool uses a conversational approach, asking a series of questions to narrow down specific tax law issues and provide accurate guidance based on your situation. So there's a whole different type of different topics that you're able to research. Like if you want to know what's your filing requirements, what forms you need to file, what filing status you're considered. What about your dependents, retirement, pensions, IRAs, other income informations, if you had an inheritance or anything like that. Deductions, what deductions can you claim? Credits. So this is not a substitute for comprehensive tax research platforms, but the ITA does provide reliable guidance directly from IRS on straightforward tax questions. So I do recommend you going to that. It's irs.gov/ITA. So if you have quick questions it's very simple, just go to irs.gov and you are able to find the ITA tool. Next slide, please. And as you might know, you are able to check your refund status on Where's My Refund or even the IRS To Go app. So if you have an Android or an Apple phone, you're able to get that app, IRS To Go. I have it, and you're able to just input the tax year, if your filing status, your social security number, and the exact refund amount, and it will tell you if it was processed and when will you expect that refund. So the refunds usually appear 24 hours after e-filing a current tax year return, 3 to 4 days after e-filing a prior year return, and 4 weeks after filing a paper return. So again, this is really easy, really simple if you just want to know the status of your refund. Next slide, please. We're going to go ahead and jump into payment options. If you want to know or you want to pay, you could go to irs.gov/pay to find a variety of ways to pay a balance due on your return or make estimated payments. So the easiest and most secure way to pay most of your balances due is electronically or online through the IRS To Go mobile app. So again, it's very important to have that. And you know what, it doesn't take that much space on your phone. So if you want to make a payment, get a refund status, it's a great way. You can pay directly from your bank account. You could pay debit, credit card, or digital wallet. You can pay from your IRS account, individual tax account, or your business tax account. You can also make an electronic federal tax payment system, the EFTPS, and enrollment is necessary to be able to access through that. All right, next slide, please. And again,
We've got about 2 minutes left, Priscilla.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the most important things, and then we'll wrap it up. So again, we will be discussing here really quick the IRS To Go app. That's the one we were talking about. And just to jump into the next slide, the refundable credits that will be available. I'm not really going to discuss each one because we don't have a lot of time, but I'm just going to talk about the ones that are available for you. So if you could jump 2 slides for me, please. We're going to go into the earned income tax credit. And that's one of the ones that it's available for you, and you must earn less than $68,675 to be able to qualify for that. For more information, you could go to publication 962. Let's go to the next slide, please. The other one that is available is a child tax credit, and you are able to get at least $2,500 for eligible child. So again, that is a great information. If you want to go, you could go to this publication to be able to see more information. It's the 5811. And then there is a tool for that, but we will not be discussing. And there's also the American Opportunity Tax Credit if you want to jump 2 slides, and that's for people that go to college and have income of 90,000 or less, or 180,000 for married, filing joint couples. So those are the credits that are available. And let's see. We will go ahead and just wrap it up. That way we have time for questions. We will not be able to get through the whole presentation because it does have a little bit more things that we have to discuss. But if do we have any questions, Meg, that maybe somebody has that we can answer?
Let's see. Okay, we did get one question in here. This person wanted to know, where did it go? There we go. They want to know about the sale of a home. Okay, so is there anything that's changed in regards to if you are selling your home?
Okay, and I will answer that really quickly because I know we're a little bit over time and we don't want to go too much. So that is a great question. So currently IRS rules generally do remain consistent. So if you sell your home and qualify, you may exclude up to 250,000 of gain or 500,000 for married filing jointly from income. And you must meet the ownership and use test, and that's own and use the home of your main use your home as a main home for the last 2 out of the 5 years of the sale. So if you receive a Form 1099-S and proceeds from real estate transaction, you must report the sale on your tax return, even if you don't owe tax. But no major changes to these core rules have been announced for this year of 2025-2026 on irs.gov, but you should always check for updates each filing season on irs.gov and what has covered. And I do, again, I do appreciate it. I'm sorry for going a little bit over, but there's just so much information to be able to cover. So whenever you guys want more information, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Priscilla, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. I always love getting to sit and listen to you because taxes scare me, and I'm not scared when I'm listening to you. So thank you very much for parsing through this and making it a little bit less stressful of a situation. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for us today. But thank you so much for hanging out with Power to Fly and fabulous people like Priscilla Moore. And I wish y'all luck on your taxes. Godspeed. And I hope that y'all will join us again. We've got more great content coming this week as well as next week. Don't forget the virtual job fair happens on the 19th. So if you are doing taxes and also applying jobs, don't forget, register today. All right, we'll see you then, ladies.